So this is my favorite type of flip house to buy here in Wisconsin. Without going full HGTV remodel, we do light renovations, quick in and out, and we maximize profit. So let's take you guys on inside, check the place out. And this particular property, very simple, very standard, 3-bed, 1-bath house in our area. Katie, you're gonna have to shut the door. Just pull that tight, okay. Now, you can see in here, we left a lot of the original woodwork, which is totally fine. We left all the windows because those were replaced at some point. And we'll show you around the exterior in just a little bit, so stay tuned for what we had to do out there. But the interior was very simple. And because we go direct to owner with all of our marketing, we're able to pick and choose the types of remodels that we want to do. So for me, if we're in and out for less than 30 grand or less than 35,000 within a month or a month and a half, that's the ideal scenario. So as you can tell, painted the walls, Drift of Mist is our color of choice. We left all the original stained trim work. Could we have painted it white? Sure. Would it have maximized or raised our value for the cost that we would have had into it? Maybe, maybe not. It didn't necessarily matter in this case. But then we put vinyl plank floors throughout the entire house. And we have a rewards program with Lowe's. If you guys are doing your own remodels, I would highly recommend contact Lowe's, contact Home Depot, get on their pro program. And then if you are on their program and you can negotiate discount pricing, this flooring typically retails, I think, for $375 a square foot. I think we're buying it at $225. So the markup on flooring, on paint, on fixtures is absolutely insane, and that's why you need to be on those particular programs. So walking through, we got a bedroom here. I'll show you what we did in there in just a minute. We have another one here and another one here. Bathroom, this was very simple and very easy. All we did, we painted the vanity. We did, oh, that doesn't look too great in there. They were supposed to paint that. But basically like a dark gray. We put in the new quartz countertop, new sink, new faucet. We left the mirror, got a new light fixture. That's pretty basic there. Toilet's the same, and then the shower, the gentleman who was living here was a little bit older and he had passed away, and then the heirs had sold it to us, so we left the shower as is. So walk-in shower, pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory there. This would be a great home to retire in, or if someone's just looking for their first property. Obviously there's no bathtub, so that could be a deal breaker for some, but it is what it is there. And then bedrooms, they're simple. Like this is about 1,000 square feet total. So for us to come in and do the remodel, like we didn't have to touch any of the doors. We didn't, maybe just a little bit of the trim. I think they had to put quarter round in because they left the other base trim, but we didn't have a whole lot in material costs. I think right now, budget wise, we're in for maybe 23,000, 24,000 at the very most. And I'll show you guys what we did downstairs that kind of upped that budget a tiny bit. But this is most likely the master bedroom. House still needs to be cleaned. We got a little bit of drywall dust and just probably sawdust all over the place. It's kind of gross, but we did just have the ductwork cleaned out. That runs us probably $600 to do that sort of stuff. So it's very reasonable. And again, if you guys can continually use the same contractors, you can negotiate better pricing, let them know. It's like, hey, we're gonna be you're gonna be our go-to provider. Can you give us a little bit better pricing, especially if you're doing volume, if you're doing rentals, if you're doing flip houses. They will want to work with you because the less they have to spend on marketing, the higher margins they can make, and then you're just a continuous client. Now this was originally set up as like an office area when we bought the house, and there was a door right here, if you can believe that. So that's why there's a light switch here, because there was a doorway walking into the back hallway, which didn't really make sense. So this had 2 entrance doors. I'm like, hey, let's drywall that, finish it off, make sure it looks nice, and then you can have a legit 3-bedroom house without a walk-through into the back entranceway. But then I kind of fucked up when I was here one day. I was moving the fridge, I was moving the dishwasher, or I tried moving the fridge, I should say. And then I was moving the stove. If Katie gets a close up here, we are gonna return this to Lowe's because this is called a scratch and dent. So you see all these marks right here, unfortunately. I'm not gonna claim that I did that myself, but this opening is definitely a little bit smaller than 30 inches, and this is 30 inches wide. So it could have gotten scuffed in the box, or someone else could have scuffed it. I'm not really sure. We're just gonna return that, get a new one, and go from there. That's totally fine. Then in the kitchen, we did a full reno in here, brand new cabinets. Again, these aren't anything crazy. Lowe's provides us everything. We got new fixtures, stainless appliances, and we have been putting in our jobs. We've been putting fridges, stoves, dishwashers, all stainless, just to make them look nice. And again, we might spend $500 on a stove, $700 on a fridge, but then someone can just pick up, move their stuff in. They don't need to worry about buying it or renegotiating with you after the fact to get a little bit better deal or an appliance package or what have you. And then of course, just new faucet, new sink, and quartz counters in here, tile backsplash is what we've been going with. So I think this looks sharp. It's all really, really dusty right now. You can see that. I wish the guys would clean up better once they're done, but then we hire a professional cleaner to come in. $750 later, it's all done. It's pretty. We don't have to worry about it. And now going into the back entranceway. So for the drywall area, this is where the patch was done going into that other bedroom. Obviously it looks really nice. They did the sand texture. You can't really tell. Like an untrained eye would never know that there was a door opening here. So they did a really nice job floating it. You can see the seams a tiny bit, but again, nothing out of the ordinary for this age of house. So I don't think anyone's gonna say anything to it. And then to add some additional after repair value for a quick and easy bump to that resale price, we had finished some lower level square footage. So as we come down here, ceilings aren't extremely tall, so watch your head. I don't even know. Oh, that's for a space heater. But then we did this. So it was shag carpeting down here when we bought the place. We left the paneled walls. We weren't gonna put drywall in. It's not worth it to do that. We put new trim, and then we laid the vinyl plank floors, and then sprayed out the ceilings matte black or flat black. And what this does, so in our area, we can count this as finished square footage now, because we have three walls, or we have three surfaces finished. So we have the walls finished, we have the flooring finished, we have the base trim on, and then this is sprayed out black. We just have to disclose that the ceiling is painted black and it's exposed floor joists. But this probably adds another 300 square feet. It's probably a 10 or 14 by 20 some room. So it adds a little bit more square footage that people can use as a rec room or what have you. It turns out well. And then you can see here some of the original carpeting that was in here, that floral design. I kind of like it, but, and then in addition to like doing these light cosmetic remodels, you don't always have to worry about permitting as much because you're not really changing any structures in the place. We did do a kitchen remodel, so permit for that, but otherwise there's nothing major taking place, so the city is a lot easier to work with. And then in all of our basements, we throw on some basement floor paint. We buy the packs of this stuff right here, decorative color chips. We flake those down and it just looks cleaner. It looks nicer, covers up any imperfections or light paint spots. And we only did one coat in this area. We could have probably done another, but I don't know, I just didn't have the time. I was the one who came out here and painted it. So the numbers on this one, we paid $185 for the place. Might be a little bit much. I really liked the property. It was $184, $185, but it was in the 180s. We ended up sticking in roughly about $25,000. So that puts us at maybe $207. Resale on something like this, in my mind, $265 all day. So we stuck in $30,000. We're roughly, after closing costs, realtor commissions, holding costs, we're roughly gonna make between 30 to 35. So in my mind, if we can get a dollar for dollar return, say we stick in 25 grand to a rehab, we make 25,000 in profit, that's a win. Now, if you stick 70 grand into a rehab and only make 25 in profit, that's a losing battle, because you're spending so much time, energy, and effort on those particular places that the numbers just don't make sense. Your holding costs add up. You're just bleeding money every single month, and it's tough to run a profitable house flipping business doing that. So I'd always shoot for a dollar for dollar return in profit versus your renovation budget. But again, it depends on the sophistication of the investor. To each their own on that side. But we can check out the garage here. I don't know, the funky part about this garage is that it operates off of a light switch. The garage is super nice. I wish I had a path to get through here. I might just walk in. But overall, nice 2-car garage. Well, 2.5 car, because you have this area, and then you have a whole particular area here. I can even grab so I'll grab the camera from Katie. So this area in here is massive, like additional storage. There is some deterioration on the walls a little bit, which I'll show you guys. So we've got this going on, probably from old water leaking, but all these windows were replaced at some point. So I'm assuming that cured any water issues that were going on. And then we have all the screens, obviously right there in that box. But the outside of this house is extremely clean. It's all vinyl siding, brand new roof, new AC, new furnace, new gutters, new downspouts, new concrete work. It was pretty much turnkey. So with every renovation, the quicker we're in, the quicker we're out, the less money we have to spend on renovation costs and managing contractors, the better it is for us. And that's why the light flips are always better. Going full HD TV on a house isn't always the most budget friendly. It might be more of an ego thing versus a profitability thing. And I would always ask professionals or other real estate agents or contractors in the area, to what level should I take this renovation? Get an expert opinion, expert advice. If you guys enjoyed the content, hit the like and subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video.